Hi, I'm Con99, and I'm here on Cons and Talk. Today, the card of the weekday is my Mitch Haniger auto relic out of 199. And it has the teal relic and the white relic, and then his autograph. I'm a big fan of Mitch, and this is not available as it is a PC. I've met him at Manos Games on multiple occasions, and he has been very nice, and he signs a lot, almost every game. And so if you go to a Manos game, Mitch usually signs. He's very good at it, a very nice guy, highly recommend. And so, now, last week I said I would do a late deep dive into the NFL draft, and that's not going to happen this week or any other time, as it's just too late, and there's other news that's more recent that would make more sense in going into. So if I apologize for the inconvenience of not getting one out about the NFL draft. Next year I will try and be better on that. So, in my last episode, I predicted Western Conference Finals of Warriors, Portland, and then Eastern Conference of Toronto and Milwaukee. I think Golden State and Toronto had already Golden State and Milwaukee had punched their tickets already. But then, as you might remember, I predicted that Portland would win Game 6 and 7, which they did. And I also predicted that the Raptors would lose Game 6, but then go on to win Game 7, which they did. And then I predicted a Bucks-Warriors finals, both those games in 6. So currently, I am correct on my predictions from last episode. Now, that Kawhi shot was crazy. I was watching the game. I thought on the first bounce it was bouncing out and they were going to overtime. But then it bounced up, and then again, and then again, and then went in. It was a crazy shot. I was freaking out. I honestly think it was more impressive than the Damian Lillard shot that won Portland the series against OKC. I felt like this Kawhi one was more impressive. And then Golden State and Milwaukee both won Game 1s of this series. The Trailblazers game is going on right now as I'm recording this. I will probably go watch it after I post this. So I'm hoping Portland can tie up the series. I want Portland to win it all. I want to see a Toronto-Portland finals with Portland winning. And that's what I want. I doubt it's going to happen. I feel like Milwaukee, Golden State in 7. I feel like that's what's going to happen, and probably will. So, and now we get to my favorite part of this week's Cards and Talk, the NBA Draft Lottery. And I think this goes to prove that the NBA is rigged. How does the Phoenix and Chicago fall out of the top 5, Cleveland falls out of the top 3, and New York out of the top 2? And how does New Orleans, a team that wasn't even that bad, get the first pick? Memphis, another team who wasn't that bad, get the second pick. And then the Lakers, who weren't that bad, and if LeBron hadn't got injured, would have made the playoffs, get the 4th pick. I don't like the way the draft lottery does it, and this is what I think they should do from now on. They do this. The 2 worst teams in each conference will have a 50-50 chance at the first pick. Whoever gets the first pick, whoever doesn't, will get the second pick, and so on down. I feel that's the way they should do it. And then, I think it's rigged. I'm upset about it, but the draft lottery goes New Orleans, Memphis, New York, Lakers, Cleveland, Phoenix, Chicago, Atlanta, Washington, Atlanta from the Dallas Mavericks, Minnesota, Charlotte, Miami, and Boston. I don't remember who the pick came from. I think it was Minnesota, but I'm not sure where the pick came from. And I'm looking at this mock draft, and I disagree with it a lot. So the first 3 I agree with: Zion 1, Ja 2, RJ 3. DeAndre Hunter I see going for Then Kobe White and Doris Garland, I feel, could go 5 or 6. They're pretty good. Jarrett Clover's pretty good. He'll go high. They have Cam Reddish going at 8. And I feel like the Suns should draft him. Play him at small forward, one of the biggest needs. Or Chicago. Or even Cleveland. And then 9, they have Jackson Hayes, which I disagree with. And then they have Nassau Little at pick 11, which I feel like he's going to go top 10. And then they have Bull and Romeo Langford at 17-19. No, 17-18. And I feel like both of them are going to be top 15. I feel like Romeo Langford is going to be a steal for whoever gets them. I also feel like everyone in this draft is... The only good players in this draft are guards, not including Zion. Because you have Ja, point guard, RJ, shooting guard, DeAndre Hunter, small forward, but pretty much a complete shooting guard, Kobe White, point guard, shooting guard, Darius Garland, point guard, Jarrett Culver, shooting guard, Cam Reddish, shooting guard, Nassau Little, shooting guard, Romeo Langford, shooting guard. That's 9 of the 10 best players in the draft, all guards. And then you have Zion and Bull, who are power forward and center, who are obviously Zion's the best in the draft class. Then Bull's like 11th, and it's just like, I feel this is a great guard draft class, but most of the teams who have like the late, like the mid-range lottery picks, like 5 through 10, don't need guards. But like the only good players there who would be a good smart choice are guards. And the Mavericks only pick is 39th, and their prediction Carson Edwards. I mean, I doubt anything's gonna happen from that pick. I mean, Kyle Guy is projected to go 52. That's probably a steal. I'd honestly love to see the Mavericks draft Kyle Guy at 39. I feel like he's an underrated prospect. And so, yeah, I don't like how the draft lottery went. Not a big fan of how they do it. Especially, the Phoenix Suns only won 19 games. Yet they get the 6th overall pick. We're like, that's not good enough to get one of the top guys. But it's also not bad enough to take one of the good players that just aren't projected to go there. Like, it's in that spot where there's not someone amazing they can get without making people think it was a waste of a pick. And, like, on here they projected Darius Garland and Kobe White, both 2 point guards, but I feel like that's not a good pick for them. And I feel like, honestly, if I were the Suns, I would trade the pick for a star player and go into the try and win now. Because I just feel like this pick isn't working for them. What I want New Orleans to do is make a trade with the Los Angeles Lakers, where Pelicans receive Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, JaVale McGee, and the 4th overall pick. And then the Lakers get Anthony Davis. So then New Orleans team can be point guard Lonzo, shooting guard. Shooting guard could be DeAndre Hunter, they draft. Small forward would be Zion. Power forward Kuzma, center JaVale. I feel like that's a great young core and can make a playoff push. And I like that team. And then what I want the Mavericks to do is honestly draft Kyle Guy. I feel like that's a good fit. Point guard, shooting guard, nice guy to come off the bench and be a good part of the team. I feel like that's what the Mavericks should do. I only say that because I'm a Mavs fan and I'm kind of a Kyle Guy fan. I feel like he's goes underappreciated and underrated at Virginia. And then I said what the Suns should do. Memphis, I feel like RJ Barrett's a better fit for them, but I don't see them passing on Ja Morant. What the Knicks should do is just stick with their pick, draft RJ Barrett, have Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett, and then go after some big man in free agency, maybe even a Kevin Durant or something, and just try and do it that way. Cleveland is not looking good at all. I mean, I doubt they can get anything amazing for the fifth pick. Like, they'd have to throw in a young core. I feel like the biggest loser is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because, like, no matter what, they're still going to be one of the worst teams. Even if they draft a great player. Like, let's say RJ Barrett falls to them. Like, it's a win, but not really is holding time to develop. And then if they trade the pick for a star, it's only 2 stars. They're probably still a first-round exit at best. And just, I see this as a lose-lose for Cleveland. And there's no way for them to really win out of this draft. And then Boston just needs to pick, maybe draft Romeo Langford or Bol Bol, get a nice bench piece at 14. That would be good. And then now I'm going to do my award predictions for the NBA. Sorry if you're not a huge NBA fan. It's just most of the news all came from the NBA this week. My MVP is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I've been saying it since the off-season last year that Giannis was going to win MVP. I've been saying it. Defensive Player of the Year. A lot of people have Giannis, Rudy, Joel all in the top 3. I think it's going to be Paul George. He put up a great defensive season. Was even in the running for MVP at some points, but I really truly feel he was the Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year, not even a question. Luka Doncic. I'm not being biased here. He led Trae Young in every category except for assists. Every main category except for assists. And the assist was only by 2. Luka's passing is underrated. He averaged like 20 points. 20 points, I know. 7 assists. 7 rebounds. I think it might be less. It might be more. I don't think it's more. And then 6 assists. His passing is underrated because Trae Young got 8 assists. This is only 2 less assists, but on like 3 or 4 more points. Like, Luka could pass the ball more, have the same number of points and the same number of assists as Trae. But also, Trae also has John Collins, and that's pretty much it. And like, Luka didn't have as much help. Trae also has Tim Bazemore, not bad. I just feel like Luka Doncic is the clear MVP for me, and if Luka doesn't win it, I'm gonna get really mad. That's just my opinion. Coach of the Year, easily Doc Rivers. So underrated, but look at his team. He has no All-Stars, and he led his team to the playoffs where they staged the biggest comeback in playoff history and almost took down the Warriors. Took the Warriors to 6. Most improved player, everyone thinks it's D'Angelo Russell. I think it's Pascal Siakam. Russell, don't get me wrong, he had a great season. He deserves high praise. But he also had a really well season last year, an underrated season, where Siakam only had 3 points the year before and jumped up to 16. I feel like Siakam improved a lot more as a player than D'Angelo Russell did. But don't get me wrong, D'Angelo Russell was a great player. 6th Man of the Year, I have 2 guys that I feel are big on it. Lou Will, of course, and then I feel like Dwayne Wade's an underrated 6th man. I feel like he started a lot, though, and that's the reason why I'm going with Lou Will. Dude's a beast, stud. He's just an amazing bench player. And he's the best player on that Clippers team, yet they don't start him because he doesn't do as well in the starting lineup. He is the definition of the 6th Man of the Year. He is the best bench player ever. And those are my award predictions, my mock draft scenario, my draft order, and what some teams should do, and catch up on the NBA playoffs. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back in 2 weeks for a new Carlton Talk. See you later.